Morning. Welcome. Thank you for joining. So today we're going to start lying on our backs. So have the knees bent, feet flat on the mat. Have the mat width apart and then let the knees knock in together. And you can have your arms by your sides, palms facing up, or you can have the arms overhead holding opposite elbows. Closing down the eyes. Coming into the body. And noticing where your body's at. Maybe there's some aches, maybe there's some places you're holding on to things. Just noticing. And noticing where your head's at. Did you have a great night's sleep and you're ready for action? Or maybe you're still a bit sleepy. Hanging out for that cup of coffee. Or maybe the mind's busy. Just noticing where it's at. And start to deepen the breath. Drawing it all the way down to the base of the spine. Noticing how the spine connects with the mat as you breathe into it. And start to slow the breath. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold. And hold. Holding. Then releasing, maybe sighing. Just letting it all go. Placing both hands on the heart space. Setting an intention for the practice, something that serves you, knowing where you are in your body, where you are in your mind. I can. I choose. Maybe it's one word. We've just had a new moon, so it's a great time to manifest things into your life. Things you need. From here, draw the knees up to the chest, just giving a little rock side to side. Massaging out the sacrum. And then hopefully you've got your strap nearby. So keeping the right knee close, place the strap, mine's a lovely scarf, around the ball of the foot and extend the leg up. So keep the shoulders heavy on the mat. And if you can, try and keep the upper arm on the mat. So you really, and gently start to draw the foot towards your face. So the left leg, make sure the left leg extended on the ground, or it can be bent. The foot is active, so the leg is active. And then just gently start to ease the right foot closer to the face. So not straining through the shoulders or neck, making sure they're nice and heavy. You can even keep your eyes closed here. Just breathing into that release through the hamstring, through the top of the hip, maybe even the calf. Just gently easing into it. And bringing the strap, both ends of the strap into the right hand. Place the left hand on top of the left thigh. And let the right leg move out to the right hand side, but we want to keep both hips on the mat. So just having the hand there can help sort of remind us to keep the left hip down. Breathing into that stretch through the inner thigh, the inner groin. On your next inhale, bringing the leg back up to center, taking the strap in the left hand this time, and with the right hand, placing the thumb, hooking it into the right hip crease, hooking it, the thumb in, and then pushing it away, almost creating space as we let the right leg move over. Now we want to keep both hips on the ground again, so it may not go, this will really work into the IT band. So the leg may not go very far at all, but it should feel like quite an amazing release through the whole outer edge of the hip, the leg. And the IT band is very thick. It's almost like a bone. So it's a lovely release if you keep that hip down. Just creating, hooking the thumb in, just creating that bit of space. Breathing into it. And releasing the right hand, then let the right leg come all the way across, lifting up through the right hip, feeling that release through the lower back, the outer leg, maybe extending the right arm and gazing over at the right hand. On your next inhale, drawing the leg back up to center, and then we'll swap legs. So just bringing the right knee in, giving it a little squeeze, extending the right leg along the mat, and bringing the left foot up now. Placing the strap around the ball of the foot, the big toe and the little toe edge, extending the leg out and making sure that your head is heavy, your shoulders are heavy, and if you can, have the forearms, not the forearms, the upper arm rather, on the ground. The whole top body's lovely, lovely and grounded. Then start to ease the foot towards your face. And you don't need to have the leg locked or straight, just working to where you feel that release. Sometimes it can feel like a drum or the stretch of the hamstring, the calf. Breathing into it. Bringing the left hand to hold both ends of the strap, right hand on top of right thigh. Let the left leg ease out to the left hand side. And again, we want both hips on the ground. Feeling that release through the inner thigh, the groin. Breathing into it. On your next inhale, drawing the leg back up to center. taking a hold of the strap ends with the right hand, and then with the left thumb, hook it into the hip crease and push, sliding it back down, sort of pushing the muscle down and back as we draw the left leg, left foot over to the right, keeping the hips grounded, feeling that stretch through the IT band. Breathing into it. And then taking the left hand away, let the foot come right over, feeling that stretch through the lower back, that release. Here you can extend the left arm away, gazing over at the left hand. Lovely work, bringing the left knee back up, giving it a little squeeze, and then bringing the right knee up to meet it, and again, rocking from side to side, working through the sacrum. And then start to rock up and down, giving yourself a lovely back massage, and maybe have a bit of a play, hovering on the sit bones, hovering on the shoulders, feeling that connection with the core. And from here, we're going to rock all the way up to standing. Maybe you can do it with no hands. Well done. So coming to stand, have the feet mat width apart. As we inhale, lift the arms up, opening up, looking up towards the ceiling. And then exhaling, forward fold, knees can be soft. Halfway lift, opening up through the chest. And lower, inhaling, sweeping, lifting up, exhaling to forward fold. Halfway lift, this time placing both hands on the thighs, fingers pointing inwards, bending the knees. We're going to do some standing cat-cows today, so inhaling, opening up through the chest, arching the back. Exhaling, tucking in the chin, rounding through the shoulders, tucking down through the sit bones. Inhaling, opening, reaching. Exhaling, tucking, rounding. One more, inhaling. Exhaling. Straightening through the legs, sweeping the arms up. From here, crossing the right leg over the left. Inhale, hands can be interlaced, palms facing up, or just a regular hands like that. Inhale, lift up over to the left-hand side, feeling that stretch through the whole right side body. Pressing into the right foot, shining the right armpit up towards the ceiling. Lovely, coming back through center, extending, reaching both arms up as we exhale and forward fold, keeping the legs crossed, just feeling the difference there. Halfway lift, opening up through the chest and lower. Pressing, lifting, reaching back up. And keeping the arms up where they are, we'll swap the legs over, so crossing the left leg over the right. With hands interlaced, tipping over to the right hand side, feeling that lovely stretch through the whole left side body, shining the left armpit up towards the ceiling. Coming back through center and exhaling, we forward fold. Halfway lift and lower. Inhale, sweeping, lifting up. Exhaling, hands to prayer at heart space. I'm crossing the feet, hip, so they're hip width apart now, standing at the top of your mat. Just returning to your attention. Your breath is sort of activated through twists are a great way to sort of wake up the body, activate into it. Fantastic, release. Now we'll move through some flow. It's a bit of a twisty flow today. As we inhale, lift up. Exhaling, forward fold. Halfway lift and lower. Stepping back with the right leg, lowering down through the right knee. Lifting up, Anjaneyasana. Exhaling, framing the front foot. Stepping back into plank. Lowering down through the knees. Body one long line of energy as we skim the elbows by the ribs and hold before lowering all the way down. Inhaling, lifting up, baby cobra, and lower. Tucking the toes, pushing back up and through into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift right leg. Stepping right foot between the hands, lowering down through the left knee. We lift up, Anjaneyasana. Framing the front foot. Stepping left foot to meet right to the front of your mat. Halfway lift and lower. Inhaling, reaching, lifting up. Exhaling, forward fold. Halfway lift, lower. Stepping back with the left leg, lowering down through the left knee. Lifting up, Anjaneyasana. Framing the front foot, stepping back into plank. Lowering down through the knees, skimming the elbows by the rib cage, pausing before we lower all the way down. Inhaling, lifting up, baby cobra, and lower. Pushing back through into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift left leg. Stepping left foot between the hands, lowering down through the right knee. Inhale, we lift up, Anjaneyasana. Framing the front foot, stepping right foot up to meet the left in a forward fold. Halfway lift, lower. Inhaling, reaching, lifting up. Exhaling, hands to prayer at heart space. Taking a big deep inhale and a sigh. Bending the knees, sinking down into the hips, coming into Utkatasana. Now you can have the legs together or feet hip width, but whichever way, just think about the thighs drawing in and up, lifting up through the core. Exhaling to forward fold. Halfway lift and lower. Stepping back with the right leg, lowering down through the right knee. Inhale, we lift up, Anjaneyasana. Exhaling, rotating to the left, extending the right arm forward and the left arm back. As we sweep the left arm around to meet front, rolling forward through the hips, just feeling that lovely release through the hip flexors. And then we rotate the other way. Left arm forward, right arm back. Sweeping the right arm around to meet the left, lifting, reaching up. Exhaling, tucking the toes of the back foot, extending the arms back by your side, coming into arrow lunge. Back one long, strong line of energy. Lovely. And then inhaling, lifting up into high lunge. Exhaling, we rotate to the left, extending the right arm forward, the left arm back. And here, think about your legs being active as though you could leap forward as we sweep the left arm around, reaching up. Exhaling, rotating the other way. Lovely work, fantastic. Bringing the right arm around, lifting up, framing the front foot, stepping the left foot back to meet the right in plank. And here you can go through a knees chaturanga or chaturanga through your vinyasa, remembering to hover before lowering all the way to the ground or coming into up dog. Lifting back up and through into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift right leg. Stepping right foot between the hands. Grounding down through the left hand, we're going to lift the right arm up, coming into an easy twist. Lovely, bringing the right hand back down to frame the right foot. Stepping the left foot up to make the right in a forward fold. Halfway lift and lower. Pressing, reaching, lifting up. Exhaling, bending the knees, sinking down into the hips, coming back into Utkatasana. Exhaling, we forward fold. Halfway lift. Lower. Stepping back with the left leg, lowering down through the left knee. We lift up, Anjaneyasana. Exhaling, rotation to the right, extending the left arm forward. Sweeping the right arm around to meet the left, rolling forward in the hips, lifting, reaching up. Exhaling, rotating the other way. Left arm back, right arm forward. Rolling forward, sweeping, lifting up. Tucking the toes of the back foot as we sweep the arms down by our sides, coming into arrow lunge. Back foot is active, leg is active, whole back body, strong line of energy. Inhaling, lifting up, high lunge. Exhaling, rotating to the right, extending the left arm forward. Embracing the wobbles. Sweeping the right arm around, lifting, reaching up. Exhaling, rotating to the left. Sweeping the left arm around, reaching, lifting up. Framing the front foot as we step back into plank. When we go through our vinyasas, that can be chaturanga or knees chaturanga, maybe cobra or up dog. Lifting back up and through into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift left leg. Stepping left foot between the hands, lowering down through the right knee. Grounding down through this right hand, we lift up into an easy twist. Bringing the left hand back down, stepping the right foot up to meet the left in a forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale, sweeping, lifting up. Exhaling, hands to prayer at heart space. Bending the knees, sinking down into the hips, coming back into Utkatasana. Exhaling to forward fold. Halfway lift. And lower. Stepping back with the right leg, lowering down through the right knee. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling, rotating to the right, extending the left arm forward. This time as we sweep the right arm around, we're going to tuck the toes of the back foot, coming, lifting up into our arrow lunge. But this time try and have the arms extended up. You can keep them by your body, but give it a try. Lovely. And from here, we're going to transfer the weight into this front left leg, sweeping the arms as we lift up, take flight into warrior three. Think about the back leg being active, the foot is flexed, and lowering down through the right hip. Arms can be by sides or in prayer at heart space. Lovely work, carefully gliding the right leg back to land as we lift up into high lunge. Grounding down through the right heel, sweeping the arms out, straightening through the front leg, setting up for, we'll set up for Trikonasana. So legs are straight, arms parallel, lovely. And reaching forward with the left hand, reach, reach, reach. When you can't reach any further, bringing it inside the left shin, extending the right arm up towards the ceiling, gazing up at the hand. And here, think about tucking in this left hip. And maybe try even just lifting the left hand up maybe half an inch higher, and then leaning back into it. Leaning back into your back, so really creating that opening. So you're still on the same side. You're still on the same side, just sliding the hand up a little bit. Often we all tend to go down here. We just slide it up a little bit and open up. Really, oh yeah, great. Amazing. Let's see how different it feels. Bringing the right hand onto the hip, gazing down at the left foot, transferring the weight into this front leg. We're going to come into half moon. So flexing, activating the back leg, slowly landing. You need to stack the hips. Maybe you extend the right arm up. Maybe you gaze at the right hand. Lovely work. Bringing the right hand onto the mat, squaring off the hips as we come into standing splits. Exhaling, we're going to soften through the left knee, drawing the right knee in, coming into a Shiva squat. Inhaling, extending, lifting back up. Slowly lowering the right foot back down onto the mat, coming into our runner's lunge. Pressing through the hands as we sweep the left leg up into a three-legged dog. Now you can come into a three-legged vinyasa or lower the leg coming into a regular vinyasa. Rippling forward into plank. Lowering down either knees chaturanga or chaturanga, remembering to hover before moving into baby cobra or up dog. Lifting back up and through into downward facing dog. Softening the knees, gazing forward, either step or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift and lower. Inhaling, sweeping, lifting up. Exhaling, bending the knees, coming back through into Utkatasana. Exhaling, we forward fold. Halfway lift and lower. Stepping back with the left leg, lowering down through the left knee. Inhaling, reaching up, low lunge. Exhaling, rotating to the right, extending the left arm forward. This time as we sweep the right arm around, tucking the toes of the back foot, as we lift up into arch arms, and you can give it a go, holding that imaginary beach ball above your head. As we transfer the weight into the front leg, sweeping the arms, taking flight into warrior three. Think about that back leg being active, the foot is flexed. If you can, lowering down through the left hip. Carefully stepping back with the left foot, grounding down through the left heel as we cartwheel the arms open to the left-hand side, setting up for Trikonasana. Arms are parallel. Reaching forward with the right hand. And when you can't reach any further, bringing the right hand inside the right shin. Opening up, maybe looking up. And as we did it on the other side, think about sliding the right hand up maybe half an inch and then lifting and leaning back into it. Placing the left hand on the hip, transferring the weight into the front leg, gazing down at the right foot as we engage in the back leg, lifting up into half moon. And maybe you can extend the left arm. Maybe you can gaze up at the left hand. Great work. And then bringing the left hand onto the mat, extending the left leg up as we come into our standing splits. And from here, softening through the right knee, drawing the left knee into the right calf as we come into our Shiva squat. Inhaling, extending, lifting up. Stepping the left leg back, coming into runner's lunge. As we ground down through the hands, lifting the right leg up into a three-legged dog. Here you have the option to come through a three-legged vinyasa or a regular vinyasa, rippling forward into plank. Chaturanga, knees chaturanga. Remembering to hover before we lift up into baby cobra or up dog. Inhaling, lifting back up and through into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift right leg. Bringing right knee to nose, tucking, rounding. Inhaling, lifting, reaching up. Exhaling, bringing right knee to left tricep. And kickstanding the leg out. So you're coming onto the outer edge of the right foot. Pivot onto the inner edge of the left foot. And pressing into the right hand, lifting up through the left arm, coming into fallen star. Lovely work, bringing both hands back down, pivoting onto the ball of the back foot as we sweep the right leg up. And then stepping the right foot outside the right hand, lowering down through the left knee, grounding down through the left hand as we lift up into our easy twist. Now from here, you can sweep the arm around behind, taking a hold of the left hip crease, or you can bend the left knee, catching a hold of the foot. Lovely work, releasing the foot, bringing both hands now to frame the front right leg as we draw back through the hips, flexing the right foot, straightening the leg, coming into Ardha Hanuman. Now look to have the chest nice and open here. So we're looking for chin to shin. So there's a real openness through the shoulders, the chest. And it's, so imagine someone's got that strap again and they're hooking it around your hips in those hip creases, really drawing it back. Lovely, rolling forward, bringing the left hand just above the left shoulder head, tucking the toes of the back foot as we pivot onto the outer edge of the back foot and dial the front foot out 90 degrees. Now you may want to slide it down so it's closer to hip width and lift up through the left arm, maybe gazing at it. Bringing both hands back down, sweeping the right leg up into a three-legged dog. And here you have the option to go through a three-legged vinyasa, regular vinyasa, stay in downward facing dog, or come to child's pose. Working into what your body needs today, your breath, your practice. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift left leg. Bringing left knee to nose, tucking, rounding. Inhaling, lifting, reaching. Exhaling, bringing left knee to right elbow rather. Kickstanding the right foot out, coming onto the outer left foot, Get my left and right mixed up. Kickstanding onto the left foot, pivoting onto the inner edge of the right foot as we extend the right arm up, coming into fallen star. Great work. Bringing the right hand back down, sweeping the left leg back up and through into your three-legged dog. From here, stepping the left foot outside the left hand, lowering down through the right knee. Pressing into the right hand, sweeping the left arm up. And you can sweep it around, taking a hold of the right hip crease, or bend the right knee, catching a hold of the foot. Just breathing into it. Lovely, releasing the foot if you have it, and sweeping the left arm back around, so we're framing the front left foot as we draw back through the hips, straightening through the front left leg, flexing the left foot, coming into Ardha Hanuman. And again, imagine someone's pulling with a belt through that hip, through your hip crease, drawing the hips back. The chest is open. Lovely work, rolling forward back onto the left foot, bringing the right hand just above the right shoulder head, tucking the toes and pivoting onto the outer edge of the right foot, dialing the left foot out 90 degrees. And here you may want to slide the foot down so it's in line with the hips. Lifting up through the left arm, coming into our Vashisthasana variation. Lovely work, bringing both hands back down, sweeping the left leg up. And here you can go through a vinyasa or come to downward facing dog or child's pose. As you're in child's pose from here, start to snake the body along the ground as though you're rolling a marble under your chin or your nose. Sliding the elbows under the shoulders, lifting up into Sphinx. Feeling that openness through the chest. Exhaling, lowering back down. Tucking the toes, pushing back up through to all fours, coming back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift right leg. Stepping right foot between the hands. Lifting, reaching up, high lunge. This time extending the left arm forward. We're going to come into evolved half moon. So bringing the left arm down as far as it needs to, engaging in the left foot, sweeping it up. And maybe the foot just hovers, or maybe you can extend it further. Extending the right arm up, maybe gazing at it. Lovely work, bringing both hands onto the mat and tucking the left knee behind the right ankle as we lower down, setting up for seated twist. So right foot is in front, hooked over the left thigh. Right hand at base of spine. Lift up through the left arm and either wrap the arm or hook the elbow outside the right thigh. Breathing into it as we inhale, lift the arms up. And then rotating the other way, extending the arms diagonally out in front of you. Letting the head be heavy, the neck long. Walking the hands up. Tipping the weight forward, we're going to unhook the feet, extending the left leg back and shimmying the right shin across the mat, setting up for pigeon. So inhale, opening up through the chest. Start to walk the torso along the mat, coming onto the elbows or letting the forehead rest on the hands, the mat. Breathing into the right hip. Taking one more big deep breath. And a sigh. Letting it go. So you start to walk the hands back up. Tucking the toes, stepping back up into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift left leg. Bringing left foot between the hands. Lifting, reaching up, high lunge. This time, extending the right hand forward, bringing it out as far as you need to while engaging in the right glute, the right leg, flexing the foot, coming into our evolved half moon. It's a wobbly pose, so I always think to be as wide on this as you possibly can. So having the right hand out wide, and maybe the foot just hovers, or maybe it lifts right up. Standing the left arm up, gazing at the left hand. Lovely, bringing the left hand down onto the mat as we tuck the right knee behind the left ankle. Setting up for our seated twist. So left foot is at front, left hand at base of spine. Lift up through the right arm and either wrap it around the left knee or hook the elbow. On every inhale, lifting, and on the exhale, releasing. Lovely, releasing the bind, lifting, reaching the arms up, extending them forward diagonally. Letting the head be heavy, the neck long. Walking the hands back up. Shifting the weight forward as we untuck the right leg, extending it behind us, shimmying the left calf along the mat. Inhale, lift up out of the hips. Exhaling, start to walk the torso down the mat, coming into reclined pigeon. And let the head be heavy, the neck long. Releasing through the hip, breathing into it. Taking one more big deep breath. Then exhale, releasing, letting go. Slowly start to walk the hands back up. Sweeping the right leg around. And with the knees bent, taking a hold of either the outer edges of the feet or the big toes with the yogi peace grip. From here, straightening through the legs. So again, thinking of that openness through the chest. We're not looking to pull through the shoulders, the arms, not reaching for anything, just feeling that release through the back of the thighs, the hips, the lower back. Releasing the feet, rolling up to sit seated, and then slowly, with control, rolling down vertebra by vertebra. Feet are out wide, legs are heavy. Arms are out wide, palms facing up. The neck is long on the mat. And closing down the eyes. And mouth is relaxed, slightly turning up the corners of the mouth. Just let the whole body be heavy. With every exhale, sinking a little deeper. Now you're more than welcome to stay. If you're ready to return, return to the body with breath. And on the inhale, I want you to tense up the body, so scrunch up the fists, the feet, tense, scrunch up the face, tense, 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 tense. And then exhale, release, sigh up. We'll do another one of those, inhaling, tense the legs, the arms, the shoulders, the thighs, tense, 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 face, everything tense, holding, holding. And then release. And one more, the last one, making it tense, tense. Tense everything up and then release. Just returning to your normal breath. And coming to lie on your favorite side. Drawing your knees up to your chest. With the eyes closed or the gaze lowered, coming to a comfortable seated position. Your hands in prayer at heart space. Returning to your intention. And taking that intention to your third eye for clarity. Your throat for truth and love. Your heart for compassion, especially towards yourself. Thanking yourself for giving yourself this time. Namaste.